left hand, and remember,
for a big guy, 14.5 times left from Gassiew.
good left hand, and remember, that
WBO Cruiserweight Champion of the World, body down bottom leg, Alexander Usyk. Muda Ida
Touch up for our time. Good luck. Let's do this. Touch up.
so Celestino Ruiz reminding. So here we go then, the battle for the undisputed cruiserweight scheduled for 12. The tournament #1 seed, Alexander Usyk, WBC and WBO. Murat Iran Gassiev. Simplistic way of characterizing this fight would be to say best puncher in the Remember, Usyk, such a champion in 2012. Murat Gassiev in stark rounder tonight. Remember, this is just his 9th scheduled bout over the championship distance. Left hand to the body, wasn't too far away in Russia for the first time. Comparative inexperience.
One hell of a hard puncher in Gassiew.
Overseas for Alexander Usyk.
And that's not going to phase him whatsoever.
7th fight outside of Ukraine. Box anywhere. Gassiev even said he would fight on the moon. Both of them expressing similar sentiments in 6 different countries. Ukraine, Germany, southpaw right jab from Usyk.
His jab, not a lot's happened, but I think if you're going to score Usyk, because he's had a dominant jab, his footwork has dominated that round. Two very big, strong men.
Well, in the trade, this is regarded as a genuine 50-50 of Alexander Usyk, the WBC and WBO champion, as this contest progresses.
Very fast hands as well for a big guy, 14.5 time. Nice combination there from Gassiev.
Gassiev targeting the left hand, and remember,
that
matchup of this magnitude being staged in this venue. You see Gassiev not Usyk's right hand practically incessant, just continuing to poke it out.
A joy to watch. He missed by a few inches, but watch that later on in the fight.
In terms of punches landed, Gassiev more efficient, perhaps with the heaviest shots.
He's got to land them bigger shots later on in the fight.
Using a simplistic analogy, it could well come down to the volume of World Boxing Super Series rules. There will be a winner tonight, irrespective of... But there were other terrific boxers.
Intelligent lead hand, Usyk. The way he's just kind of prodding Usyk's foot. His foot speed is brilliant. Then he jumped out of range, come back to the jump.
Just referring back to that 1980 hand in response from Usyk. Disruptive to a fighter's rhythm.
Exactly, yeah, that's exactly what it is. I mean,
Usyk, the jab, both upstairs and downstairs from Usyk. And look at that movement. But again, it's an effective shot from Gassiev. But look at the movement from Usyk. It is something that you have to marvel at. It was the venue for the Olympic boxing tournament.
I mean, every jab he throws, he's not particularly trying to land it.
To the right rib cage from Gassiev. It's a right-handed body shot from Gassiev, which may well slow down the movement.
Land the jab, not trying to hurt him with the jab. He disrupted his rhythm. A nice little counter.
He didn't compete, of course, in LA 1984. Beautiful movement from Usyk once again. Right-handed, stark contrast, content to peck and poke with his punches.
Nice counter
left hand to the body beneath Usyk's right elbow. Beautiful. Gassiev, who's trying to parry it with his lead left hand. Counter left hand over the top.
Step, okay? There's 2 of you in here.
There's a 2, 3, 4 punch combination from Gassiev, trying to slow Usyk, slow him down, work to the very intelligent work to the body, another left hook to the body there.
Decorated amateur background, boxing in the manner that he's demonstrating right now.
That'll win you the round, therefore win you the fight.
Work with that snake lick of a right jab, very little. If anything, that can be done to deter him. Beautiful left hand and then a right uppercut. He won't be bothered by that too much in the long term, but again, Murat Gassiev marauding his way. Cries of Russia, encouraging, trying to encourage and constant movement laterally.
He'll stand up on the heavy bag for hours. Gassiev is your
jolting right jab.
Doesn't seem to do anything unbelievable, but what he does.
Usyk from Murat Gassiev. Remember, before the fight of the century in March 1971.
It's going to be hard night's work for anybody.
And the punch volume just not dipping range, but he's always moving. And when he gets moving to his...
be the kind of fighter to come on strong in the later rounds. I don't think he's going to mind losing the first, seeing him against either one of his fighters. If he does, but I think he's going to come on strong as the fight wears on.
Beautiful right hand from Gassiev, and he follows up with another contest in terms of headshots landed by Gassiew. A big backhand that tested the punch resistance of Usyk.
Wow.
So into the 5th round then. Gassiew, he took a hard single shot to the body, always circling his opponent, seemingly left hand from Gassiew, and then he digs one downstairs. Gassiew trying his own jab but falling short once more. Then we've simply met a better man on the demonstrates that the system works when they do it in training, trying to close the distance against the perpetual motion of Alexander Usyk. And again, making Gassiew miss rather badly. Speaking with his trainer, Abel Sanchez, during the week here in Moscow. We'll keep an eye on that as the contest progresses, with left hand through the guard once again, but a hard right. Taking up a familiar pattern once more. So he gets the sense that Gassiew could be great. Said that he possesses the mindset, the Mind Ring magazine belt holder. David Hay was so effective against Vladimir. And then Junior Dorticos. He said the system that they employ at the summit up in Big Bear.
Belt to collection to instill a deeper belief in yourself.
Here in round 6, as it was in the opening round. But body shots sometimes
to slow Gassiew down. Notice Usyk always veers off to his right.
Again. And evoke the spirit of the
14 stone and 4, so he's probably now best part 15.5 stone now, and the hand speed is tremendous. Away from Gassiew's right hand, the big power punch. Letting Usyk outbox him, like prior to that big one hand himself, but he trains very hard, and he's boxing really well. I mean,
You want me to stop it? Okay, then let's get to work.
I couldn't see it, but that's not going to hurt Gassiew's chances by slowing Usyk down. By a public warning.
Well, Gassiew out quickly to begin. He scaled an identical 190. Gassiew to Abel Sanchez and remained concentrated on his work and showboating. A little bit of flair. He'll be looking to employ a similar type of strategy throughout his career.
He's not getting in there.
Got rid of the KO with Andrei Kolosov. He's described as a mental coach as Gassiew's corner, because Sanchez, he was 17-0 with 11 knockouts as a combination, is mental. He says that the belief in himself is really deepening as enough to him as Usyk poking away with that southpaw backhand, getting free.
Tremendous.
Both men beautiful and impressive volume. Had similar distressing moments against Marco Huck in the quarter-final over in Berlin. So into the 8th round then. He assumes the same level of professionalism in his opponent that Alexander Usyk.
Fast, short, chopping punches, using great, unbelievable.
Usyk does the same things. And again, 6'3" and 200 pounds. There he gets through with a left uppercut. But back comes Usyk. Abel Sanchez saying audibly, I would rather see you trumped everything. Murat Gassiew said that you have to train hard and have to. Well, through round 7 and 8, for my money, it was Alexander Usyk who really came to the fore with his boxing ability. As we move into the 9th round, and you perhaps heard beneath that replay sequence, Abel's
more vicious with his punches.
Free-flowing, profulent punches.
There again, he's
in a blizzard, but it's pretty close to it when Usyk punches.
The old boxing adage, Ron. When you look for
one of those changes in his corner team, and they share so many similarities. And Gassiew, well, he's not.
He's in control of the distance. He's in control of the range. He's in control of the tempo. Chugging forward rather than pushing Usyk back. What those punches had
been less in terms of their application to their craft. Alexander Usyk, and they're beginning to bamboozle Murat Gassiew, who's then stopped in his tracks by a Gassiew being reduced to single shot attacks to this contest, despite the incredible skills around the corner. And Murat Gassiew is struggling to get off. From his nose, Usyk's accuracy, but then he comes back with a big right hand, which brings a rousing. Where he was competing as a 75-kilogram middleweight. There's a good left hand to the body.
The punch tempo, all with his feet.
Brings a rousing reception from the crowd once again. Losing to the eventual gold medalist, but again, his quality was a Gassiew almost being reduced to a peripheral figure here in this 10th round, such as the dominance.
To the Olympic Games and all the competitions in between, the Worlds, the Europeans, the multinational one, he's boxed beautifully for the whole fight for 11.
Murat Gassiew, the 14th world champion of Abel Sanchez.
He's boxing almost like a heavy bag. He's there to be hit. Good right hand.
Took European Championship gold 2 years later in Liverpool. Glint in his eye as though he enjoys the relish and relishes combat. Sanchez, the 2015 winner of the Eddie Futch Award. Perhaps the pound for pound #1 in all of boxing at this point, recovering from shoulder surgery of dominance of the tournament #1 seed. Gassiew, top of world amateur boxing with that world championship win in Baku.
The way
bobbing and weaving, pivoting and pirouetting, just moving, remaining committed to the task, still coming forward, looking for the finishing shot. Award as the Boxing Writers Association of America Trainer of the Year.
He pretty much demolished everyone in the amateur ranks, and he's done the same to everyone in the pro.
Much so that Gassiew must at times feel as though he's surrounded. Busy with his boxing, and Gassiew is finding it difficult to contend with. But look at the volley of punches he's being subjected to from Usyk. As Usyk gets through with an eye-catching left cross once again. Gassiew with some success as he targets the body effectively once more. Usyk intimating that is to keep the punches up, but he really is a complete fighter. He can box. Alexander Usyk facing his 4th undefeated fighter with a perfect record. Impossible to deter, impossible to discourage. There's a cracking long left uppercut from Usyk.
The first few rounds were quite even, like kind of touch and go, but I think from round 5 onwards it's been all Usyk, and he's been exemplary.
So a sporting hug to begin the depleted rounds. That is proving to be the case. Alexander Usyk with terrific.
He's got beautiful punch selection. He doesn't look for power that much. He's just 3, 4, 5 punches so well, and he's made Gassiew look
free-flowing shots once more. In terms of ring craft, the two men just exchanging conversation. Picked off. Alexander Usyk flowing as freely as mercury, but it's Usyk who is in control once again.
They've been fluid in their movement, and nobody's been as fluid as Usyk. He turns defense
with the superior experience and deep amateur. Wishing to be unkind to Gassiew, it almost brings to mind Jeff Lacey's for his punches while in the pocket. There's a jolting right, followed by another 2 right jabs at the conclusion of 12 rounds up at the Manchester Arena. But look at the manner in which he's been geometric wizardry being demonstrated by Alexander Usyk. Never certain, of course, against a preeminent puncher like Murat Gassiew. Deep into this 12th and final round, the 10-second clapper not audible, and Alexander Usyk gets on his bike as the bell sounds to conclude the 12th and final round. Alexander Usyk has just produced a masterful display.
We go to the judges' scorecards for your winner by unanimous decision.